Welcome to Workshop Wednesdays at Okanagan Lavender and Herb Farm. Today we're going to teach you about violets. Violets are already in the spring, and so it's the first week of April. The violets are blooming all over the farm, and we're going to go out into the garden. We're going to show you how to pick them. We're going to bring them back up here to the workshop and show you how to do an infused oil with violets, a beautiful sugar that you can use in baking or cocktails. And we're also going to show you how you can press them to use in crafts or to decorate a cake. So come on out into the farm with us and we'll go pick some violets. Okay, so the perfect place to look for violets, they love wooded areas and lawn, somewhere where they get filtered sunlight. And I've got some here under my birch trees. So I'm just going to come along right at the base of the flower. You're just going to take your fingers and pinch, and they pop off. And I'm just going to fill up my basket. Violets bloom for about 2 weeks, so you just have a short little window. You can come out every day and do a picking and then leave the rest for tomorrow. Okay, so I've got lots of violets in my basket now. We're going to go up to the shop and I'm going to show you some things you can do with them. So we're back from the garden with our violets and we're just going to spill them out into our tray here. And I'm just going to do a little bit of sorting with them. I'm going to take the ones that have all the long stems and just put them to the side because I'm going to use these later on when we're pressing them. When they have stems, they're kind of pretty on a flower card. So we're going to put those over to the side. And when you're picking violets, don't get discouraged. You pick a few every day for as long as they're blooming. So every day with my infused oil, I'm actually going to add more fresh violets to it. So I'm going to show you that right now. We're going to step right into that one. So for my infused oil, I'm going to get my coconut oil, which I've already melted down. I just warmed it up in the microwave. I need a clean jar. This is just a small mason jar. This is a coffee filter screen. And then here's my coconut oil that's already warm. So you can see that there's violets floating in the bottom of it. What I'm going to do is pour this right over the dish. And then the screen captures the violets. So the ones that are in here, they've lost all their fragrance now because it's been absorbed by the coconut oil. And what I want to do is start fresh. So I'll just put that there, that to the side. So actually what I'm going to do with my fresh flowers, I'm going to put them right into my mason jar, just like this. So fresh flowers have moisture in them, and what you need to know about that is they can cause mold. So you would never cover this with a lid that didn't let the air escape. So we want this to breathe while it's working. So I've got my jar about 3/4 of the way full, and I'm just going to pour my coconut oil right over top. You can see they just pack down. So if you don't like coconut oil or don't have coconut oil, you could use sunflower oil, grapeseed oil, avocado oil. What we're going to end up with is a really lovely scented oil that we can use on our skin. So we're going to let this sit for a couple of days. I'll just cover it with a cheesecloth, set it aside. Then I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to heat up the coconut oil, strain them out, put in fresh violets. Every time that you strain them out, you're going to see it getting stronger and stronger in its aroma. And when you feel like the aroma is where you like it, you can stop. I usually do it about 5 or 6 times. So we're going to go into how to press your violets now, and we're going to use them for two purposes. We're going to use them to decorate cakes or cupcakes with. They're a beautiful edible flower, and if you're interested in cooking with flowers, Jecka McVicker is my favorite author for things like that, and we will put her website in our description. The other thing we're going to use them for is for making art cards, and we're going to do them like this. So this is actually a geranium flower, but you get the idea. We're going to press the violets, and then at any time later, you can do this at Christmas time. We can make our own cards. So what I have a flower press. Now, not everybody will have one of these. So if you don't have a flower press, all you need is a big book. What we're going to do is open our paper, and we're just going to put the flowers in. Pick really nice blooms. If one is already wilting, it's not going to dry very well. And you want space. They're going to press flat, so you don't want to crowd them. There. Okay. So what I'm going to do, this one I'm going to show you how you would do it in a book. You're just going to go out into the middle of your book. Carefully put this inside, and then you're just going to press down with your hand. Close the book back up, and just leave that for a couple of weeks. Then the other way you can do it, if you have a flower press like we do, you can just put them directly here. Now, if you would like to get a flower press, Lee Valley Tools has them, and we will put Lee Valley's website in our description also. So we use these year-round. We press all sorts of things. We did a beautiful class a couple of times last year where people came and made sets of floral cards, and it's just a really lovely activity. So then you just take your papers, put it on, put that down, and they just have wing nuts. So you just tighten the wing nuts. So that's how you press your violets, and if you're going to use them in baking, when they're dry, so in about a week to 2 weeks, you're going to just remove them from the press and just put them in something they can go in a glass jar in your cupboard or in a tin, but you don't want light getting on them. The other ones, you can leave them in your book or your flower press. We're going to press flowers all season long, and then later on you can come back and we'll show you how to do press flower cards. So the last thing we're going to show you to do is how to do a violet sugar. And if you're a baker or if you're a cocktail person, you're going to love violet sugar. It's really fragrant. So what we're actually doing here with our sugar, I actually have my violets. So this was fresh, and here they are dried. And I'm going to layer my sugar. So I just have this little bottle with a cork. I love little bottles like this. They're so visual when you are doing a floral sugar. So I've got just a scoop, and I'm going to do a layer of sugar, and I'm just using a berry sugar here. I like berry sugars because it's so fine. It's also called superfine sugar. And I'm going to put in a whole row of violets on top here. these are dried, the aroma is just wafting off of them, so it's going to be really lovely in your sugar. Okay, then I'm going to take my little funnel and I'm going to do another layer on top. So what's going to happen is over time, the aroma of the violets is going to be absorbed by the sugar. So when I go to use this, I can remove the violets and I just have this lovely flavored sugar. And if you're using it for cocktails, these make beautiful rimming sugars. So just, you know, on the edge of a champagne flute, it's just this delightful little surprise of flavor. And another layer on top. I'm just going to add a few more, and then I always like to finish my sugars with the sugar on top, not the flowers. It just keeps it weighted down better. Here we go. So you can do this with violets, you can do it with lavender, you can do it with roses, and you can line them all up on a shelf. They're beautiful. Okay, so here's my sugar, all set to go. Now the other thing that I always do is I label things, because I might look at that and forget what it is 2 months down the road when I go to use it. So I just, I'm going to date it, and I'm going to write the name of it. And then I'll just tie that right onto my little bottle. Thanks for watching our first Workshop Wednesday at Okanagan Lavender and Herb Farm. We were so happy to share with you today a few of our favorite things. So we did a infused violet oil. We used coconut oil. We did a infused violet sugar with berry sugar. If you don't have violets and you want to try the sugar, you can get it in our online store. And we also pressed some flowers so that we can show you later on how we're going to do floral cards. Every Wednesday we're going to be posting a new video. If you have questions or comments, please let us know in the comments below. If there's something that you would really like to learn from us at the farm, we would be so happy to teach you. And if you like the video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bye-bye.